Round one of the 2025 NBA Draft is in the books, and on today's show, we're going to go over some draft targets I would like to see the New York Knicks pursue in round two of the NBA Draft. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports, and I'm your host, Marshall Green. The Knicks did not make a pick in round one because they didn't have one to make. They do own one selection in round two, and that is pick number 50 overall. There's been a lot of rumors surrounding the Knicks in the NBA Draft. Some people think they're more likely to trade up. Some people think they could trade out of the draft in totality. We know Leon Rose is not afraid to make moves on draft day. He's been the head of basketball operations for the New York Knicks for 5 NBA drafts, and he's made trades in 4 of them. And I think it could be 5 of 6 by this time tomorrow. You look at the best players left available in the NBA Draft heading into round 2. You got Rasheer Fleming, the wing. He was the 14th overall player for us here at Chat Sports. Adou Thiero, super athletic wing, started his career at Kentucky, finished at Arkansas. Then you got Noah Penda, Tyrese Proctor, who I know a lot of people are fans of, Kam Jones out of Marquette, Ryan Kalkbrenner, Maxime Reynundo, however you say that, and Sion James as well. You look at the other best players available, and there's some guys that have been linked to the New York Knicks like Koby Brea. We've heard Kobe Sanders be a name tossed around as a New York Knicks draft target, and there are still a lot of good players left in this draft. It's now on to Leon Rose to identify who is the best fit and a plan to go and draft that player if they don't think they will be available with the 50th overall selection. We'll get to my dream targets for the Knicks coming up in round 2. But make sure you are subscribed and join us live for our round 2 coverage of the NBA Draft. We had over 12,000 people tune in for our day 1 coverage, and I want to double that up on day 2. So subscribe, turn those notifications on, and join us at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. My number 1 dream draft target for the New York Knicks at this point is Ryan Kalkbrenner, the big man out of Creighton. 7'1" without shoes. 258 pounds, a 7'6" wingspan, and a 9'4" standing reach. He is a massive human being, and he can get it done on offense and defense. 19.2 points per game last year, 8.7 rebounders. He was at Creighton for all 5 years of his college career. He also showed off that he could shoot the long ball a little bit, connecting on 34.4% on just under 2 per night. Not a 1-time, not a 2-time, not a 3-time, but a 4-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year. A dominating presence around the rim due to his size and wingspan combination. He had a 7.3 block percentage and a ridiculous standing reach. I think he's got the feet to be able to play defense in the NBA. He can switch on to smaller guards, and he's not going to be able to always keep him in front, but he moves well for his size. His lateral agility is something that I think kind of makes him pop off the page. He also had a 78.5 effective field goal percentage at the rim. That's the best in the class, 98th percentile. He could score with his back to the basket. He can finish everything around the rim. He's got a good touch, and he's got some sneaky athleticism as well. Excellent discipline defensively, and rarely got into foul trouble. 2.29 stocks per foul. That is unbelievable. He could grow a little bit when it comes to his play strength. Maybe his foot speed could be questionable at the next level. I'm a big fan of his, and if I could have any player left in the NBA Draft join the Knicks, it's Ryan Kalkbrenner. I think he is a plug-and-play big off the bench on a contending team in his rookie year, and maybe the Knicks could use a guy like that. I'm also looking at Kam Jones, the bucket getter out of Marquette, former teammate with Tyler Kolek. He is a bucket, averaged 19 points per game last year for Marquette, 6'3¼ without shoes, 202 pounds, a 6'6" wingspan, averaged 5.9 assists, so he can create for himself and others. He just didn't shoot the long ball all that well this past year. Spent all 4 years at Marquette, led guards in the NBA Draft and points created per game at 36.8, so he's kind of an engine to an offense, a bucket getter who knows how to use angles to get to his spot and finish at the rim. Shot 63% at the rim. He rarely misses when he gets to his left hand as well. And he loves to drive right, stop, and pivot back to the right hook floater. Took a massive leap with his playmaking. Some of that may have been working alongside Kolek, but he also posted a 38.1 assist rate, never reaching 20% in his previous 3 seasons. He's got some positional size, could be an on-ball or off-ball guard, and the knack for causing turnovers, and takes pride in his defense. Classic Shaka Smart guy. One of the older prospects, not a great athlete, and doesn't get to the free throw line all that much. So I'm interested in him, and definitely someone that I'd be okay with the Knicks taking in round 2. Koby Brea is someone that's at the top of my list as well. I got a text as soon as round 1 ended, and it just said Koby Brea. So keep your eyes on him. There's been some connections from him to the Knicks. As we know, the Knicks are heavily connected to Kentucky. I think he's the best outside shooter in the class at nearly 6'6", 202 pounds. Has a negative wingspan, actually. 6'5" 3/4 inch when it comes to his height, but 6'5" 1/4 inch when it comes to his wingspan. But man, can he fill it up. Knocked down the long ball at a 43.5% clip. Shot 91.4% from the free throw line. So the dude just has a knack for shooting the basketball. He could do it in multiple ways as well. His true shooting percentage was in the 92nd percentile, and his effective field goal percentage in the 91st percentile. 97th percentile in jumpers off the dribble, 93rd percentile in catch and shoot jumpers, and the 96th percentile in spot up, and 88th percentile in dribble handoffs. So he could fill it up, he could shoot it, and it's something the Knicks need. Of the 16 teams that made the playoffs this year, the Knicks had the 10th best three-point percentage. That's a big reason they weren't able to beat Indy. Needs to improve on defense. Negative wingspan brings up some concerns on that end. Not someone you trust with the ball in his hands, but he's an off-ball mover. He can shoot, and I see a little bit of Luke Kennard in his game. Another one of my guys in this draft is Kobe Sanders. I fell in love watching this guy's tape. 6'7" without shoes, 203 pounds, and an 8'7" standing reach. He is 23 years old, so a little bit of an older prospect, but I think he's ready to play in the NBA. 4 years at Cal Poly before transferring to Nevada, and he's got great positional size. And he is a true point guard, but he's going to play off ball due to almost being 6'8". He runs the pick and roll at an unreal efficient level, rated in the 91st percentile, and shot 51% on attempts in the pick and roll. Doesn't turn the ball over despite the high usage rate as well. He gets to the free throw line at a good rate. And he's a good mid-range shooter, 98th percentile, and non-paint two-pointers made. Good footwork, creative, crafty, and a sneaky athlete. I like the idea of having a big guard next to Jalen Brunson that can handle the rock, and I think he kind of plays like a Villanova Wildcat. He's always playing off two, always in control, smooth, plays at his pace, never rushed. He's shown the ability to shoot it off the catch as well. I'm a big fan of Kobe Sanders, and if the Knicks find a way to walk out of the NBA draft with him, I'm going to be fist pumping because I'm going to be really pumped up. Hopefully, we see him in a Knicks draft hat, and I want to see you guys in those as well. Go to chatsports.com/NYK hat. chatsports.com/NYK hat and get yourself the 2025 NBA draft hat for the New York Knicks. Last player I want to talk about on today's show, someone that's been linked to the New York Knicks pretty often here in the last couple of days. That's Jamir Watkins out of Florida State. 6'5", extremely versatile player. A 6'11" wingspan. So he's got all the potential in the world to be a defensive stopper. Got to improve a little bit on as a shooter, but he averaged 18.4 points per game, 5+ rebounds, almost 3 assists, but only shot 42% for the field and 32% from downtown. 1.2 steals per game, showing off some of that. Spent 2 seasons at VCU before transferring to Florida State. 37-inch vertical, so he's got the size and the athleticism to be a defender. And he's a slasher who does most of his work from 14 feet and in. 85th percentile in mid-range jumpers made. 36% of his field goal attempts came at the rim. Shot 58% there, so that's solid. He uses his size well on the glass as well. Could find a role in the NBA with his defense. When he focuses on that end, he can be really disruptive. Super high usage rate as well, but it didn't really go hand in hand with the efficiency. Not a good shooter off the catch at this point, and really not that well off the dribble. Most of his shots come from inside, but struggled with layups in the half court. He shot 45.2% on layups per synergy. So he's got some raw tools. He's got good size, good athleticism, nice wingspan. but he's got to improve as a shooter if he wants to be a long-term fit in the NBA. But he's scrappy, wants to compete on defense, and has some really tools that most people don't possess on that side. I went through 5 players on today's show. We showed you the top 16 players left in the NBA draft. Name a player you want the Knicks to draft. Kalkbrenner's my number 1. I love Kobe Sanders as well, and Koby Brea. Those are probably my top 3 at this point. Name a player you want the Knicks to draft. And make sure you all follow me on social media. The first spot you're going to hear about who the Knicks select in the NBA draft is going to be on my Twitter. So give me a follow. Hit that thumbs up icon your way out if you can. And let's go Knicks.